So I actually had to quit 75 hard.
And then I would say, babe, it's time to go to bed. It's time to stop doing this. And you're like, no, I'm going to do it. I got to do it.
Stop listening if you don't want any spoilers of the Golden Bachelor. Baby, if I died, would you go on The Bachelor?
Oh, my goodness. Yes. Welcome to another episode of At Our Place with Megan and Sherell. My name is Megan.
And I'm Sherell. What's up? Welcome back to our casa. How's it going, guys?
It's going good.
I'm talking to the people. I'm talking to you little listeners that have us in your ears or on your phone or on your laptop, wherever you're listening.
In your car.
In your car. That's true.
On the plane.
On the plane. Oh my gosh, we could be 7,000 feet in the air. How high does a plane fly? Is it 7,000 feet?
Baby, I don't know.
Welcome to ADHD. Anyway, if you're on a plane, that's really cool.
Yeah, let us know if you're on a plane listening to this. That'd be pretty sweet. And then I'm also a little bit offended you didn't invite us, but that's okay.
Yeah, where are you guys going? Can you take us with you next time? Jeez, rude. We want to go travel. We want to be adventurous.
We are.
We're just always in our place.
Every week we're in our place. But we're in a different spot today. If you're
welcome to our living room.
If you're watching the Spotify or YouTube, we are in our living room. It's a super cute little nook. I don't know. I like it. I like it here.
That's fun.
Yeah. Just changing it up. Oh, also elephant in the room, we're wearing our PJs.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say these major shadows. Our little shadow guys.
Yeah, I made some super intense shadows with our new cool light thing.
Yeah, so now it's like we have 4 little friends.
It's like Peter Pan. What is it? Peter Pan and his shadow. Yeah. You can't make it look like it's moving without you moving.
I wasn't trying to do that.
Peter Pan is magical.
Hot takes.
His shadow.
Hot takes from Megan Stoneson.
His shadow is a different person.
It's actually just him, but it's a shadow.
But it's
autonomous.
It's a different person. Yeah. How could it be him?
She is delusional. It is midnight.
What?
She is tired.
I genuinely.
She's lost it. Send help.
No, I'm genuinely curious. Like, if he's a real person in his body, how could his shadow be? You know what? It's like
that's too philosophical.
It's like
for
Father, Son, Holy Spirit. How are they all the same?
She made
person?
it Jesus-y.
No, I didn't mean to. But
no.
I think it's the same philosophical struggle to think that Peter Pan is not two different things from his shadow.
I'm not that philosophical right now. You're in a goofy mood.
What?
You're in a goofy mood.
Well, how are you doing?
I'm better.
You're better than what?
I've been struggling, you guys. Listen.
She's been struggling, and I've been getting the brunt of it.
What? How?
I don't know. I
don't think that's true.
No.
I have just been struggling, and I've been getting the brunt of my struggle.
Amen.
Baby, stop with the churchiness.
No, it's just something funny to say.
You're a dork.
What's wrong? What's wrong, babe?
Nothing's wrong. I feel like all day has been on this churchy, funny joke tangent.
What are you
and I'm just over it.
I don't know what you're talking about. But seriously, though, what have you been struggling with?
Honestly, this week has been really hard for me, and I'm going to open up to you guys about it.
So there.
Dun, dun, dun.
You can't do much about it.
No, like, in all honesty, like, I'm doing okay today. So my energy level is probably not very high. It's probably, like, at 40. I've been really sick for, like, 3 weeks. And you guys know this because I shared it with you last time. But after that episode, I kept getting sick. And then I got, like, an allergy like a skin allergy, and it basically wiped me out for the last week.
Yeah.
So I actually had to quit 75 hard, and that was really, really hard to do. I basically cried.
It's hard. It's hard if you do it. It's hard when you stop doing it.
Yeah, I think that this is like our second time around doing it, like our second year doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're only like 2 weeks away from being done. And I've been like working my butt off. And then when I got sick, it's like you push through, you push through, you push through. And I've just like developed this discipline in my brain of like, I will not quit. I will not give up. But I physically couldn't get off the couch.
And it's hard because I think my sister said this, but it's hard because like the program is toughen up. You can get through this like mental toughness. And so when your body is completely shutting down, the whole point of the program is kind of like borderline toxic, like get no sleep as long as you finish these things.
Well, it wasn't just the sleep, because if it was sleep, it's like I know how to power through not getting sleep, working the night shift, like I'm used to that, which isn't healthy, but I'm used to like being sleep deprived. But it's like being sleep deprived while your body is unwell, while you have all these drastic symptoms just coming in. And it was like every week there was a new weird symptom. So
yeah, it was like, well, even before that, like you tweaked your neck all crazy and you were in like 10 out of 10 pain for like a week, and then you got sick for 3 weeks, and then like your skin was breaking out and like hives or whatever, and it was just like you had fevers and you were going through a lot the past few weeks.
Yeah, I don't know what my body's fighting, but it's been a lot. It's been really uncomfortable. And I've been doing 75 hard this whole time. And I had definitely had to like change what I was doing this year compared to like last year, or change what I was doing the last 2 weeks compared to the beginning, to like accommodate being sick. But when I'm like when I was physically like not able to get off of the couch, I just had this thought like, how is this making me healthy?
You say I had this thought, when in reality you were laying on the couch and you were like falling asleep, and then I would say, babe, it's time to go to bed, it's time to stop doing this, and you're like, no, I'm gonna do it, I gotta do it. And then I'd say, no, you're not.
I can't even stand up to go to bed. That's how done I was.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that late. That's the dumb thing.
It was like 8 p.m. But to be fair, like the whole week before, that's the thing, is like for at least a week, you have been like coughing all throughout the night. 8 p.m. after a whole week of not getting any sleep, it's like you're done.
Yeah, there were some days where I was like, because our house is small, we don't have like a second bedroom to go sleep in. Otherwise, problem solved. But Megan has to like wake up and go to work. And so there are some days where I just stayed up till like 5 a.m. Like, because I was coughing. And I was like, okay, well, I can cough in bed and keep you up. Or I can cough in the living room until around when you have to wake up anyway.
Jeez.
And then I'll just sleep while you're gone.
You guys, send Sherell some love. She's been going through it.
Yeah. So I went to the doctor though.
Yes.
I was loving myself. I went to the doctor.
Story takes a turn.
No, I did, because I needed to. I was like, there's too many symptoms. I don't know what's happening. So I went to the doctor. They took some x-rays. They took some tests. And they ruled out like flu, COVID, all that stuff. So they don't really know what the heck it is. They're just keeping an eye on me. And I was like, am I contagious? She said no. So I said, so I can go to the gym. And she looked at me and she said, no.
You know what's funny is like, I feel like before doing 75 hard, you would not be asking if you could go to the gym while you're sick with a fever.
Well, I'm like, I rested for like 20 hours, so therefore I'm better. I'm not better, guys. I've been like feverish today. And I do want to like let you guys know, I have applied for the police academy, and I will find out soon, hopefully. So that's one of the reasons why life has been so crazy lately, because I don't know if any of you have gone through that, but it's a lot of work to even just apply and get through all this stuff.
Yeah, there's like a gazillion steps for like background checks and stuff like that. And you've been like trying to train your body and get fit and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
For potentially the academy. And
yeah, which will start pretty soon.
Yeah.
If I get in, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. That's been like the big, I feel like in a couple of episodes, you've kind of been like, I'm trying to figure out my job, like this job type of thing. And so it's nice to hear you talk about it.
Yeah, it's a big life change, you know. Even just the last 4 months for us have just been like getting ready for it. Then there's so many steps to just applying. So it's just, I feel like it's already been a life change.
Yeah, even just like going from thinking about applying to go to the academy to like choosing like this is what I'm wanting to do and moving forward with all of the crazy steps that you have to do.
And getting through all of the tests, the physical tests, the aptitude test, everything. It's just, there's a lot. They vet you. So
yeah. How do you, I gotta ask for the people.
The people want to know.
With everything in 2020, how do you, like, why the heck do you want to be a police officer?
That's such a good question. Well, it's like twofold. So for me, I never really had a dream to be a police officer. It was always like a thought in the back of my head because of my previous experiences, like with jobs and with life experiences. I've just been in that world a lot.
Yeah.
So it was always like an idea in the back of my head of like, man, if I ever pursued that, I'd be good at it.
And I think we've mentioned before, Sherell has done like security and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've worked in some gnarly security situations. So I've had like a lot of experience in that area, but I've never had like a dream to be a police officer. It's just been, especially since 2020, it's been like this rising sense of duty in me. So not really a dream, but more of like a duty, because I feel like with my life experience and perspective, I think that I have a lot to add to the role. And I'm always waiting around for somebody like me to wear the badge and to be the change. And I realize I need to stop waiting and be a part of the solution. So I feel like, you know, I have a unique perspective because of my life experiences and because of who I am and how I roll as a person. And then also because I want people to feel safer and to be served better because I'm different, because how I think and how I look. I'm just, you know, different. So
She different. Well, yeah, I'm excited for you. I feel like I could be like really scared or something, if like something happening to you.
I was gonna say, yeah, how are you doing with it?
You know, like I think it was a year ago, but there was like a detective in the county that we live in, and he like got killed by some crazy person. And so I'm like, that's crazy. So it's like weird. Obviously it's just like, I don't want anything to happen to you. But I think that you're going to be amazing, and you're like the star example of de-escalating people.
I appreciate that.
Both in your past like jobs, working with like people that have had mental health issues or like stuff like that, but also just in just personal relationships and stuff. Like, you're just
My crazy family. De-escalating my crazy family.
You're just pretty good. You're pretty good at de-escalating things. I mean, but sometimes you do, like, you speak truth and you are strong when you need to be too. You're not always like, okay, let's calm down. Like, you're like, you're the voice of truth, and that is how you de-escalate things.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for you. And yeah, I think a lot of people could be like, F the police and stuff and whatever. But at the end of the day, like, you as a person of color, like, if you called for help or you got pulled over, if you saw somebody of color interact with you as a police officer, like, if they were a police officer, you'd probably feel better. Like, so you being that for other people, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do. My brother who's a Marine vet, he's a black man, and he was like, well, sis, it's not just about how you look, it's also about how you think. Like, you think differently.
You really do.
Because of who you are. And so, yeah, like, in our county, we are privileged, and it's the way it should be, but we have so many amazing men and women who have chosen to be police officers, who have gotten to work with closely, who are like some of them I consider friends, and I respect the hell out of them. So I'm honestly just stoked to be able to train under them and hopefully, join them. So.
Well, there you have it. Sherell's pitch for herself.
Not
Sherell's interview for the job. And wouldn't you know it, I am your recruiter. And I say you sound pretty awesome.
Well, we'll see. Honestly, at this point, like, real talk, it'll be like, obviously it would be so sad if I don't get in, but the academy is nothing to just like wake up one day and decide you want to go. It's like, it's a whole intense thing that you have to prepare for even before you get the yes that you get to go.
And it's 6 months.
Yeah, and it's 6 months of that. So it's like, if I don't get in, at least I don't have to go to the academy, but then I wouldn't get the job and the career that I want. So
you're like, but then my dreams.
Yeah, my dreams. What is that commercial that you're like, my dream?
There's an old
sorry kid.
There's an old Little Caesars commercial where this little kid is like, it's such a meme. This little kid is like, I want to build he's in school and they asked, what's your dream? And he said, I want to build the most cheesiest, most delicious, best cheesiest pizza. And then this
guy comes in.
Which, you're getting ahead of
Okay, go.
Cheesiest pizza ever. And then they cut, and it's a guy that says,
an abrupt cut.
Yes. This commercial is shorter than the amount of time we're taking to talk about it. He says, sorry kid, your dream's already been done. Wait,
no, he says, he like takes the guy's pencil or whatever, he like cuts it, and he's like, sorry kid, it's already been done.
With Little Caesars $5 pizza.
Yeah. And then the kid's like, my dream.
Yeah, he said, but my dream. Oh, good stuff.
We spent like a good 3 months just saying, but my dream.
I know. Isn't that funny? Like, just tangent. The inside jokes you can have with each other for like extended periods of time, and then like they're just gone. Like, I don't know.
They're never gone.
I know, but they like fade and then you forget about it. Like, I forgot
Unseen,
about that.
but never gone.
Like, I feel like there's a little meme graveyard somewhere.
That is the saddest thought I've thought of all day.
It's not sad.
A meme graveyard. By the way, I send Megan like 10 different Instagram posts that I think are funny. Like, I send it to her, and then in the evening I can just hear her giggling in bed. Like, catching up, just looking at them.
Oh my gosh, this is like, sorry, we're going from your deep conversations about your dreams and your
move
careers
on.
to
I'm
like,
getting some tea.
Okay. So Yes, we toss back the old Instagram posts, like kind of like we're like flirting with each other, but like here's a cute video of a dog.
You know what annoys me though?
What?
Here's what annoys me about my wife and Instagram. I say, babe, can I show you this?
Oh,
and
yeah.
she's like, yeah, I've already seen it.
That's
And
what
I
was
just
gonna
want to
say.
do that meme. Did you see this? And it's like, you like throw your shoe or so, you hit the person with your shoe.
I've never seen.
I'm going to send you that one. I bet you haven't seen that one.
No, I haven't.
It's like a partner just being like, oh, I've already seen that. And they're like, have you seen that?
I have not. I haven't seen that. But that's the craziest thing is like, I think that our phones, because we're in the same spaces, maybe like Google or something, we get shown the same suggested content
I think it's because we're married and we follow the same people.
maybe. So like, but it's funny because I always see them before you, which maybe it's because I go on Instagram way too much.
Because you look at Instagram throughout like the day.
Oof.
And I probably go on there like, I actually have consciously stopped going on there in the morning because I used to grab my phone and just get on social media.
I stopped doing that too.
It's not great for my brain to do that.
Go us. Okay.
I just like, I don't care what the world is doing first thing in the morning. I just notice it's something that like, I don't know, it doesn't make me feel anxious, but it's like filling my brain with junk.
Yes, I've learned that same thing too. So I stopped looking at my phone because you know when you can wake up and you just scroll on your phone for like 15 minutes and then you get up and it's like I just wasted 15 minutes looking at things that made my brain feel cluttered when it's the morning time.
Yeah, it's like I haven't even got out of bed and had a cup of tea yet. I'm just filling my brain with a bunch of stuff I don't care about.
You're so cute. You
What?
haven't even gotten out of bed and had your cup of tea.
Doesn't everybody have a cup of tea in the morning?
That's so wholesome. You're wholesome.
What are you doing? Oh, you rush around like a mad
I rush
woman.
around. I go on my little...
I avoid you in the morning, honestly. I do. I've started staying in bed longer. If I'm awake, I just like go to a corner. And I avoid you in the morning because you have like a routine that will not be messed with.
It's probably for the best. I'm sorry to say.
That's fine. I realized like probably 2 years in, like, I am not welcome here.
I don't give myself enough time. I don't give myself enough time in the morning. And that's frustrating, but it happens consistently.
Do you remember though, early on when you would rush around and I was like home and you had to go to your college classes and I was like,
when we first met,
when we were dating and you would stay over at my house and so I'd like make you your breakfast.
You just reminded me that we forgot to tell new listeners the nature of our relationship.
Oh, that's awkward. This is my bestie.
Oh, I mean, yes, and so much
We're
more.
roommates.
So much more.
We're co-dog parents.
Oh my gosh, if you made
We're wives. Newsflash.
We're spouses. If you made it this far, welcome. And sounds like you're a keeper. So nice to have you.
Yes. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Remember when I used to make you food in the morning and I wooed the shit out of you by making you like smoothies?
You made me a bagel and my coffee with like a ton of creamer and it was so
And I
sweet.
remember the first fight we ever got into.
Oh, memories.
It was about
that wasn't
how
the very
you
first.
Yes, it was. I thought this is our first fight. It was about how you make smoothies.
It's because it wasn't about a smoothie. It's always the thing under the thing. I think I was stressed out about leaving on time, which we were talking about just now about how I rush around and I have my schedule and I get stressed out if I am off of my schedule. So we were like not on time to leave and I said I
didn't have to leave, I don't think. Oh wait, yeah, I did.
Yeah, we were
This is when we were carpooling.
Yes. So we made smoothies every morning for like months. Do you remember that?
Off. Well, that's pretty good. That's so healthy. I'm so proud of younger us.
I mean, yeah, it is. Yeah. That sounds really delicious.
She's like, how can I get a smoothie tomorrow morning?
Let's see. We have strawberries. We have berries. We don't have the yogurt.
Yes, we do. I got some today.
We have yogurt. We have protein powder.
You have more than enough to make a smoothie.
All right, ladies and gents and everything in between. We're going to make smoothies tomorrow.
Sounds yummy.
Maybe. Although I like eggs. Anyway.
That's a sharp turn to the left that I did not enjoy.
I don't know what to say, you guys. Yeah, our first fight. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm stressed out about leaving on time. But instead of saying that, I said, I'm going to make Sherell's smoothie. Because normally you make your smoothie and you're very particular. And
Yeah, because there's a right way and a wrong way.
Whoa. You know what? We should insert that like sound effect that's like, duh.
Do-do-do-do.
No. Like the,
the dramatic one.
So yeah, you're very particular, and I was like, well, we're gonna be late because you're not ready. So I made your smoothie, and then you were like, what is this?
I don't remember it exactly like that, but it's starting to bring back the memory. So.
Is it starting to bring back the feeling?
It's starting to bring back the like, oh yeah, she made me a smoothie her way. The thing is, it didn't give off love, it gave off micromanaging.
Yeah, because I was like, but I made it for you and it's fine and it's good. But deep underneath, I was like, I'm resenting you because I feel like we're late because of you. That's how it went.
Which is ironic because most of the time we're late because of you.
My only flaw.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yup.
Oh, that's so funny. You don't have flaws. You have quirks.
Yep.
There's no way that you're supposed to be, so you can't be flawed. But you are quirky.
Aww. There's no way you're supposed to. I'm going to print that quote. There's no way you're supposed to be, so you're not flawed. Is that what it is?
I feel like I might have said it a little better than that, but yeah. When Megan paraphrases, she actually adds a lot more words.
There's no way that when you were born...
Oh my... End it.
Oh my god.
Hey, so this is... I want to talk about something with you guys, but like...
I want to talk about something too.
What do you want to talk about?
Who gets to talk first?
Me.
Okay, go ahead.
Zip it, Stoneson. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna let you guys know that if you're a fan of the Golden Bachelor, this is a spoiler alert. So
okay,
stop listening right now.
Wait. Maybe we should do that last.
Okay.
Let me say my thing first, and then we'll talk about Golden Bachelor, and you can like click off if you hadn't seen it yet.
Yep.
All I wanted to say was we finished our Christmas shopping. Oh, that sounds...
Which is like the first week of December. That's pretty good. High five.
Yeah. I was gonna say that sounded kind of boring when I said it, but it really is.
No, it's huge. Usually I feel like we're like shopping like 2 days before Christmas. I've literally gone out Christmas Eve and shopped.
Oh.
So.
You know what? Like, Amazon has made things so easy, and I'm kind of like annoyed because isn't it like...
This video is sponsored by Amazon.
No. I feel conflicted because isn't it a terrible company or something?
I don't work for them, so I don't know. All I know is that Amazon makes Kindle and Audible, so I will forever be in love for those two reasons.
But I yes, and I realized that I like to get people such specific things, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's kind of amazing that you can get them all in one place. Mm-hmm. We made one order on Amazon for everything, and
yeah, it was like 20 gifts all in one order.
And I'm just like so tired this year for some reason. But in the past, I would go to one store for one person's thing for this thing, I would order online with the coupon code for this other thing. Like, it would be so chaotic for fun, I guess. I don't know. But this year it's like,
I feel like, okay, so I think maybe like once in my whole life, I actually like went out and made a whole day of Christmas shopping, like an event for it. I was with my friend Jake. It was like,
okay. Why do you say it like that?
because it was like fun. I think I kind of crushed on him a little bit, but also like,
do tell.
well, this was like when I had to be like 19 or something, like 18 or 19. So I was like coming out of the closet slowly to like one person at a time. But with Jake, like I'm bi, so I was like, this guy's kind of cute. Anyway, so we like spent the day together, and I didn't tell my mom where I was going to go, and I like lived at home at the time. I was going to college. And so Jake and I, like, we went to the big city, and we went to PF Chang's, and we like went Christmas shopping and went to all these shops. And he's like, to this day, the best gift giver I have ever met in my whole life. Like, this
truly,
he's still one of our good friends, him and his wife, and we love them. But they are like so freaking good at gift giving. Like, he just knows what you want, and he gives generously. So I'm not really like that. I'm more of like, let's spend time together type of person. But I like look back at that experience, and I'm like, that if I wasn't trying to make it efficient and quick, and I wanted to make it an experience, like that's the best experience I've had, like going Christmas shopping, you know. And maybe that's what everybody experiences, but usually like Christmas stresses me out trying to figure out what everybody wants.
Yeah. Well, plus I realized going online, it takes 15 minutes to find the perfect thing, perfect color, perfect pattern, whatever. But when you're out shopping, it's like you're looking at a gazillion things for so long in different places, trying to find the perfect thing, and then you settle for something that's like pretty good and you hope they like it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But we got all the perfect things. I'm so excited. And we hunkered down and did it, and we're gonna have a great time with it. So.
Yeah, and I'm actually pretty happy with all the things that we got.
Me too. I'm like, I don't know, I feel excited about getting people the right gifts.
Yes. Now I have to get you one, and I have no idea what you want, so this will be interesting.
I made a list.
Oh yeah, I feel like as your wife, I have to like.
I was gonna get. Should I say it?
What were you? What?
I was gonna.
What were you gonna do?
I was thinking about getting you something from your list, but now
I don't even know what's on my list. Now I'm gonna go back and check.
The perks of ADHD, perhaps. You made a list and you didn't check it twice. You forgot about it.
No, I've seen that list multiple times, but if it's not like in front of me, I'm not gonna remember.
Okay, well, don't look at it again, and I'm gonna get you what I was gonna get you.
Could be anything, and I'll be happy with all of it. Otherwise, we wouldn't put it on the list.
That's true.
Okay, so now stop listening if you don't want any spoilers of the Golden Bachelor.
Yeah, we're literally gonna say who he chose in the end.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. So if you don't want to hear that, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. Now, oh
my gosh, Teresa, really? Tresah.
I didn't.
Teresa. That's how he pronounces her name.
I didn't know you were gonna come right out the gates and say what it was.
Oh, did you want to build up?
Gosh, what if somebody was listening and they didn't click off?
Oh, I told him to click off, so that's on you now.
We told you.
Look, he chose. First of all, he broke Leslie's heart. Shattered it in a million pieces. He built a relationship with this girl from the beginning.
Okay, I gotta say, for context, Sherell has never, ever, ever been interested or tempted to watch anything Bachelor Nation.
Never. I have not given a shit.
No Bachelors of Paradise, no Bachelor, no Bachelorette, which is like the feminist version. So I
sure it is.
Yeah. But when she saw the trailers for Golden Bachelor, she was like, whoa, I gotta see that.
Listen, you know why? It's because they're not petty.
They're all grown women.
They're all respectful. They're all classy. None of them are petty. They're actually all friends. And so I was like, I can get behind that. I don't like traditional Bachelor Nation stuff because everybody is so fake and petty, and it is annoying.
Yeah, like sometimes they highlight, first of all, everybody's like models and they're super young and they really like look LA kind of Hollywood.
Yeah, but I will say, like, I did watch The
Bachelorette. You kind of watched.
I only watched like the last 3 episodes, and I was like, wow, if that's really how it is, that's kind of like impressive. Like The Bachelorette was impressive. The 2 guys at the end were impressive.
I successfully reeled you in by playing it out loud a few times, and you were like slowly coming into the living room like, oh, but wait, what did he just say? Oh. So yeah, fast forward to the finale of your first season watching The Bachelor, and it's the Golden Bachelor.
Yeah.
Gary.
Yeah. Honestly, I gotta say the last like 2 or 3 episodes have been like my worst case scenario coming to life.
They have been like, I've felt such a roller coaster of emotions. Just ups and downs.
I don't know what anyone would sign up for that show.
It's whiplash. Like, you're like, this woman is going to be the one he chooses, and then no, it's not this one, and then it's like, it's way more intense than the regular Bachelor because they're all so grown, they're so grounded, they're so serious, and funny. They're funny.
Well,
I know, I didn't mean to make it sound like they're
mature.
They're so mature, and they've gone through so much life, and they're looking at the last 25 hopefully years of their lives, like they're looking at for the rest of their lives, and they've just it just makes it so much more intense seeing a 70-year-old man break down because he doesn't know which woman to choose because he truly loves both of them, and then seeing these older women like just so vulnerable to love, and
after they've experienced like truly devastating heartbreak again and again and again, and then they put themselves out there for Gary, and obviously he can only choose one.
You're talking about Leslie, right?
No, I'm talking about Faith, I'm talking about Ellen, I'm talking about Leslie, like I'm talking about all the women that had to walk away after they had true feelings for this man, after they've all experienced heartache in whatever form. And it's like they've lived lives. They're all in their 60s and 70s. And they've had heartbreak, and then they open their heart up, and then it gets shattered to a million pieces on live television.
That's the thing, is like, you get so, I don't know, you get so like frustrated with Gary of like, I can't believe you didn't choose her, like, oh, whatever. But he's so nice, and also he's put in this impossible situation that he chose to be in, but at the same time, like, all of these women signed up for this, and they know that. It's just, but at the end of the day, it's such a sad, like,
it's not an easy thing to watch. But I think one thing that I was genuinely frustrated by, and I understand his reasoning because he explained it, but like, I can't put myself in this situation. Like, I can't put myself dating multiple people and knowing that I'm going to have a monogamous relationship with one of them, and then telling multiple women at a time that I'm in love with them, that they're my girl, that they're the one, that I see my life with them, and saying that to multiple people.
That's so hard. And that's the thing, is like, with The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, I don't think I've seen them say I love you to one of their many like boyfriends or girlfriends, because I just thought it was like part of the show, like they weren't allowed to say I love you, I guess, until the end. But I think now it's because they are guarded. They don't want to say I love you to
too many people.
Or even to one person and then end up with somebody else, because then it could be like, you said you loved me, and that's kind of crazy that you said that.
Gary was very like free with his I love you. Oh, that's so special. I love you. You're my girl. You're the one.
But he said he zoned in on whatever relationship he was in the presence of, and he wanted to be his full authentic self with his authentic feelings. And I'm like, I kind of get that, because with the experience, you're supposed to be like fully committed, but then you're even more breaking hearts.
Yeah, because they're falling even deeper, and they have this like false assurity that like you're gonna end up with them.
When it's not even false, it's like you spend an overnight fantasy suite with them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In which you have told them you love them, and you spend all night connecting and connecting and connecting.
Baby, if I died, would you go on The Bachelor?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
I was not expecting that.
Really?
No.
You mean like if it was the golden?
Either.
I don't know.
Depends on what age I die. Jeez.
It depends what age. Hopefully when we're both old. So it's going to have to be like the really Golden Bachelor when I'm like 80.
Like platinum.
Platinum. Yeah. I don't know if I would go on it. It sounds like it's a habit. It sounds like an exciting experience and love and falling in love. But when you really think about it, it's awful. It's awful. Like being in it.
I've never been in it.
Just think about it. If you either had to choose someone out of a gazillion of people, or had to like deal with your person dating a bunch of other people. I could not do that.
I've been thinking this whole
I could not do
time,
that.
like as I watch the show, I'm like, okay, but like what about polyamorous people? Like I just think it'd be so funny if they had a poly person on there and they're like, well, and then they just genuinely can love multiple people from that show and make it work with multiple people.
That's the thing, is I think humans are capable of loving more than one person at the same time.
Well, clearly,
which
they
is
have a whole show based off of it.
Every single bachelor or bachelorette, they're always like very in love with at least two people.
I'm saying, what if a poly person was like, well, I refuse to play by your rules. I'm going to have both.
Well, that's the thing, is the people that they are dating wouldn't like.
Oh, so you're saying they only choose people who are like monogamous?
Or basically what I'm saying is like the people that they're dating probably wouldn't be okay with polyamory too. Like all of them would have to be polyamorous, right? For it to be like them be okay with each other. Because if I'm monogamous and I'm dating someone intending to be monogamous, and then they say, I want you and the other person like forever, there's no end to this bachelor finale.
Yeah, that's true.
I would be like, oh, this is just gonna be terrible. I don't know.
Yeah, it wouldn't work unless their partners were polyamorous too. I just thought it was funny. I was like, this premise only works with monogamous people.
Which, by the way, like I don't know much about polyamory, so if we're wrong, then sorry. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, I'm just saying I think it's amusing to think about like, well, yeah, this works for like the run of the mill het monogamous couple.
Yeah, even if you had, it would be so interesting if you had a bachelorette and
also, go ahead.
It would be interesting if you had a queer bachelorette or bachelor, and then like just all of one or many genders, and you just
that'd be so fun. Queerify Bachelor Nation.
But then all of the people would kind of be checking out each other too, right?
Ooh.
That's why it works.
Because let's admit it, our queer community can be a little unhinged.
Yes.
It'd be a little way too fun.
It might turn out a little...
It's like, I'm fine. It would turn out like Bachelors in Paradise.
Yeah, like a little MTV kind of like, oh, who's with that person? Oh, well, I'm with this person. It would definitely be like Bachelors in Paradise.
Yeah. It's like, well, if we're all only supposed to be interested in that one guy, and there's only one guy, then that's fine. But as soon as you throw queer people in the mix, it's like...
Yeah, it could be really
then you got options.
You got a whole fan base waiting for you, Bachelor Nation.
Just saying, do it.
They'd have to really imagine them like in a meeting being like, how is this gonna work? We want to do something like this, but how is it gonna work? Like,
I don't know.
just imagine.
I feel like those types of shows are always like 20 years behind.
Oh, they for sure are. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Charity was the first Black Bachelorette.
Well, she's the first one I've seen, so
I'm pretty sure I've seen so many of them.
like it shouldn't be a phenomenon to have a person of color be the Bachelorette, but also like, yeah, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
Oh,
I was gonna say way too smart for that anyway.
I mean,
I mean, Dawn's pretty cute, so she did all right.
We stand Charity and Dawn. Isn't that what the kids say?
I don't know what standing means.
Stan. It's like we support.
Why do they say stan?
Because I don't know.
Guys, explain it to me. I don't get it. I'm 31. I don't understand this. You know how old I am? I'm so old that I had to think, am I 31 or 32?
You know, I've been having that thought lately for myself of I'm going to be 27 soon, you know?
Your mom was trying to figure out how old you were.
Really?
She
No.
was like, Megan's turning 25. And I was like, no, she's not. And she's like, yeah, I did the math. Wait. How do I keep... No, she's turning 26. I said she's turning 27. No, I think she's turning 25 or 26. No, she's turning 27. And then she's like, Megan's turning 27.
27 sounds like such a foreign number to me.
I loved 27. It was awesome.
I feel like you're not the only person that said that.
That was a great year. I don't know a single person that hated 27.
Yeah, it's just like a totally new thing for me coming up.
Says everyone every new year of their life.
You know, wisdom comes out of my mouth.
Yes.
27 will be totally new for me.
You know, I want to make t-shirts with things that you say.
What else do you have in mind?
You just say funny things. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I feel like every day you just say something that's hilarious and simple and true at the same time.
Thank you.
You just said 27 will be a totally new thing for me with a straight face. So I want to make you birthday shirts for your 27th birthday that say that.
Man, I feel like I've always been like this. People have like my friends have always teased me of like the stupid funny quips that I would say.
They're not stupid, they're just funny.
Thank you.
And you just kind of say them all casual. It's just so funny. You're funny.
You say funny things too. You're funny. You're funny.
Thank you.
I love you.
Appreciate it. I love you too.
Well, I think it's time for us to wrap this one up.
We're going to bed because it's 1 a.m.
I feel like we've said that a few times.
Huh?
We're glad to be here.
Well, no, what do we have? Hang on.
Oh.
Don't go anywhere. Don't turn it off yet. What do we have coming up?
Nothing.
Oh, that's awkward.
Oh, well, I talked about it a little bit last time, but I'm working on figuring out when to release a song that I wrote in early 2024 January. So let you guys know when that's coming out, but I might let you know the week before, so keep your ears open.
Yeah, and also we're recording some music for Speaking of Roses.
Woo.
But I'm not going to give you guys a date. I will just say stay tuned because these songs that we are working on are amazing and you're going to enjoy them.
So. I know. Yeah, but in terms of performing, we don't have anything in the future.
No, I think we're resting for the holiday.
I just did a holiday gig, which was super nice. And since Sherell was sick, I was like, solo spotlight, here we go. I played some Christmas songs and everybody loved me and it was fantastic.
When you say stuff like that, I'm like, I feel like you're like, yeah, everybody loved me. And I'm like, yeah, of course they did, but also like I matter too.
I like saying stuff like that just to like mess with you, just to be fake arrogant, like.
I don't doubt that everybody loved you because I love you and you're talented.
Thank you.
and not at all humble at all.
I don't know. If you have it, flaunt it.
I just got the image of your butt in my head.
Whoa. Yeah, I mean, you can imagine that anytime you want, honey.
Thank you. I'm not going to go imagine it. I'm going to end this podcast.
And I'm going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
No buts about it. With that being said,
see you next week, guys.
Alrighty, we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.